Yo, and welcome back to the channel. So, a wise man once said to me that sometimes the best thing to do is to do nothing at all. And you know what, when it comes to the UK, I think he's right, because the UK is absolutely knackered, in my opinion. There's so many problems there, it's unreal. Let me give you some examples. Full of asylum seekers, they're everywhere. You can't get a flat if you're British, or an apartment or something off the government. You can't get help like that because all the apartments and houses are all rented to asylum seekers. All the hotels are rented to asylum seekers, and the asylum seekers aren't paying the bill, that's for certain. Funny thing is, they wouldn't let Turkey into the EU, would they? But now I'd sooner swap the whole of the Turkish Empire's people for the asylum seekers that we've got. At least these people are decent, law-abiding people who are working people, most of them. But that's just one little whinge, innit? I tell you what though, I met loads of people in the UK who are just sex starved. They can't even get a date, half of them. Even with their own age group of women or whatever, they can't get a date to save their lives. It's craziness, like. And obviously if you do get a date, it's so expensive to take the girl on the date that they can't afford that either. So it's kind of a waste of time. Landlords, oh my god, they've absolutely crushed us landlords over there with all their rules and regulations they brought in. It's just really hard to be a landlord. You can't be a landlord, you can't be a new landlord anyway. You've got all sorts to pay if you're a landlord. I might go into that in a little minute or two. Driving, oh my, forget about driving. What a waste of time. There's cameras everywhere. The police have got number plate recognition cameras. They've got computers on board which tell them everything about the car number plate and who's driving it, who's probably driving it. They've got tow trucks which tow you away if you park on a double red line or something like that, or a double yellow. You got to pay your tax disc to drive. Every year you have to pay, I don't know, £200, £250 to drive your car on the road. And then on top of that, you got toll fees for bridges and tunnels and stuff like that. Everybody's got a dash cam as well. Everybody's got a dash cam. These little cameras that they stick on the windscreen of the car, buying from Halfords or one of these car parts places. Put it in your car, and then you turn into a grass. They all ring the police. If you overtake them, like, if you're speeding, like doing 10 mile per hour over the speed limit, or you kind of dangerously drive round a corner and overtake them or something, they'll send the video evidence to the police of your number plate and you driving dangerously, and then the next thing you're getting taken to court for dangerous driving because of some little snitch. Inflation, oh my god, the price of stuff there is craziness. Like, a can of Coke is like £1 now. I don't know whether it's just me and I've been out of the country too long, I don't know what it is, but everything costs a fortune. Food, takeouts, everything is just crazy. A packet of cigarettes is £13.50 for a packet of 20 cigarettes now. The booze, that's gone up. Even the weed has gone up 50% for the cannabis. 50% increase in price. Flags, that's another funny thing. You can't wave a British flag. If I put a British flag on this video, I could be arrested by the British police for putting a British or English flag on the video as a thumbnail. Can't be doing that. Like, the flags can only be waved from foreign nationals in our country, like Syrian flags and stuff like that. You can't wave a British flag. It's basically, you can get arrested for like inciting a riot or for whatever they decide to charge you for. Craziness. Like, if you want to work hard to better yourself, no, you can't do that, because they'll just put the taxes up on you. Instead of paying 20% tax, they'll charge you 45% tax. Then you've got capital gains tax. Then you've got inheritance tax when you die. You've got stamp duty if you want to buy a house. You can't do that. It's a ridiculous cost to buy a house. And then you've got the interest rate at the moment is too high. It's expensive. You can't buy a house to rent out. Maybe you can buy one for yourself and then spend half your income trying to pay for that bloody house for the next 25 years. until you finally pay it off. But then, even then, if you'll be old, you're probably ill, and if you need government help, they'll just make you sell your house and use that money to pay for your healthcare. But if you didn't bother working hard and buying the house, then the NHS, the government, will pay for your healthcare instead. So it doesn't benefit you to work hard and to get somewhere in life. If you want to give up and retire early and say, oh, I've had enough, nah, you can't do that. You can't do that. They'll just keep putting the pension age up. Before it was like 65, now it's 67. I think it's going up to like probably 69 in another few years. Then even private pensions, not even government pensions, but private pensions, they've even put the age up on them as well. I've got to wait another 2 years till I can draw my own private pension, which I see as being nothing to do with the government. Please interrupt me if you feel like I'm whinging, yeah? If you want to buy a house, you want to get on the housing ladder, you can't do that. No, you can't do that, because your credit rating will be fucked. Because every single thing, from a credit card to a mobile phone bill, if there's one missed payment or something, that you've got the bailiffs coming knocking on your door, you've got letters coming through the post like there's no tomorrow, red letters. And then you're getting CCJs, it gets marked against your credit file. Then you can't get a mortgage, you can't get a loan, you can't do nothing. It's ridiculous, like, it's proper out of hand. I don't know anybody who's got a perfect credit score. They've all got problems with some bill, or even if there's been a problem where they cancelled something, like an Orange telephone contract, they cancelled it, and Orange has said, no, you didn't pay the final payment of £30. We requested it from you, you never paid, so we've put a mark on your credit file. Just say you buy a house and you think, oh, I'll rent it out and make some money, help pay the bills, help get me through this inflation mess that we're in the UK. That'll help a little bit. No, you can't do that. You can't do that, because the tenant's got all the rights. They can move in, they pay the deposit, pay the first month's rent, move in. They're in there for 18 months. They can not pay the rent and just say, no, I'm not paying you. And then eventually it'll get taken to court, and the courts will throw them out. They don't get your money back like they owe you. It's just they get a free house for 18 months. You get to live in your house, and you've got to pay all the bills, the mortgage and everything. It's a joke. The good news, is there any good news? The good news is, if you want to claim benefits and stuff, then it's not so bad. If you want to claim a council house, and if they'll give you one, eventually it'll be a long waiting list, but eventually you'll get one. So that's a bit of good news, and they will give you benefits. And there is the NHS service, but the NHS is not what it used to be. There's like waiting lists of months and months to do anything in the NHS. Even if you smile at a girl on the train, get on the train and smile at a girl. Can you do that? No, you can't do that. You keep your head down, son. That's sexual harassment. That'll be a sexual harassment claim against you if you even get eye contact with a girl and she goes to the police and complains. And obviously all the trains are cameraed. You paid for your ticket on your credit card. They know exactly who you are, where you are, how to find you. And the next thing, you're in court for looking into a girl's eyes. Want to do a bit of cash in hand work? Maybe help yourself out a little bit. Just do the odd bit of cash in hand, like you did in the old days. Nah, you can't do that. Everything's gone to online cards and stuff like that. There's no cash anymore. It's a cashless society, and it's obviously designed that way so that the government can tax you on every single penny you earn. Every single transaction you do gets taxed, so they can get their little piece of the pie every time without fail. It's madness, like absolute madness. Do you want me to keep going on, or shall I stop there? No, let's keep going on. What else can we think about? The only thing that I see that's good about the UK is that you can still buy a passport and fuck off. But you better be quick, because obviously there's people calling for people to be drafted up for World War III. So you don't want to be hanging around in Europe or England too long. That's not a good plan. If I was you, I'd get yourself off to somewhere remote, very remote, before you get sent to Uzbekistan or Mongolia or something to be killed by a drunk Russian in World War III. I don't know. I'm going to stop going on now. I'm going to go and meet me mate. But there you go. I'm done with the UK. I'm going to sell my property bit by bit over the next few years and put the money into the stock market so I don't have to deal with it, and take the rest of it to Madagascar, invest it there into property, ready to gift to me kids, because I don't particularly need it myself. That's it. I'm out of here. That's a whinge, and I'm not whinging again. That'll be it. My final whinge of the week. Let's call it the week. I was going to say the year, but I'm sure I'll have a whinge before the end of the year, so there you go. Thanks for watching. Give us a like, check my other videos out, and I'll see you in the next one.